You hear scientists talk about like global warming is going to happen and stuff like that, and you don't believe it at first until you actually see something of it. And I'm just worried for my generation coming up. We only have God knows how much time left on here.
The winds are over 100 miles an hour, gusting over 100 miles an hour right now.
I called my neighbor that lives behind me because he had said he wasn't going anywhere. So I called Lionel and I said, well, Lionel, look out your back door, man. Tell me what's going on. So he went to his back door and he looked out and he said, the hood of your truck is underwater. I said, what? So I knew it was bad.
Two to 3 weeks later, we finally came back to the island, and the neighbors came over. They were like, yeah, your house burned down. When I saw the house for the first time, I was shocked to see it still standing. Everything that was of value to me and to my parents and to everybody, it was gone. It was straight black. It was black. It was pitch black. Everything that I had, it was gone. All the toys that I had, the blanket that my great-grandmother made me, pictures of my grandparents, the pictures of my ancestors, they were all burned up in the fire.
They wanted me to go around and see what had happened to the properties. Well, as I began to start into doing that, I mean, something kicked in my mind that you haven't been home yet. You better go to your house and see what happened to your house. My house sits 3 feet up off of the ground. I got probably a foot, almost a foot of water inside my house. My wife and I went in and we were working our way around in the house downstairs. And then I forced my way into the living room and I looked back for her and she wasn't there.
Oh Lord.
So I went back around and looked outside and she was sitting on the steps. And I said, well, come on, Leilon. I said, we need to at least start getting some of this stuff out of here, start cleaning up some of this stuff. And all she said was, Leon, I can't do this. At that point, I knew this was something she can't do. She can't deal with this. So we got back in the car and just went back to Houston.
How great is our God. With everything that's going on, I don't want the earth to be in danger of water rising up and overtopping and covering us up.
The more and more the Arctic melts, the more and more water is going to be in the Gulf of Mexico. The more and more water that's in the Gulf of Mexico, Galveston Island is going to have erosion. So the more and more you dig and put sand back up on top, you're giving that water someplace to go, and you're keeping us from becoming a swamp. It's inevitable, you know, that 100 years from now, Galveston Island may not be here. Galveston is 37 miles all the way around. We are the piece of land that actually stops a hurricane from being massive at the oil refineries just on the other side of Galveston Bay. The hurricane pushed Gulf water into the Bay of Galveston, and the Bay water backed up onto the island. 75% of the island was flooded.
So I'm just worried to death about what's going to happen in the near future concerning the whole earth. Now that I think about it, it made me appreciate the things that I have right now, because that lets me know that if another hurricane comes, I know that I have something that I can remember.
The warnings that are being given will at some point hit on ears that understand, who are in a powerful enough position to do something about it.